Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another casted game of Age of Empires 4, and we're back with a Crackedy game. That's right, he's back from his little vacation. So, for those wondering, Crackedy, he said he was quitting the game, and there was this whole situation with a Kaup game where he did Mongol trade. Kaup did Mongol trade, and Crackedy, he was not a big fan of it. But Crackedy's back now. And he's taking on the Mongol-only challenge on the ladder. He wants to take his revenge on all of those Mongol traders out there, and he's going to be playing Mongols himself. And, ironically, he's up against Trade Enjoyer over here, so let's hope Trade Enjoyer enjoys Mongol trade. But, I mean, Malians as well, good trading civilization, and for those wondering, Trade Enjoyer is actually Salami. So we've got a great Crackedy versus Salami game for you guys. So both trading civilizations here. The question is, which one can do it better? I'm not actually sure. I think it's got to be the Mongols, right? It depends who's uncontested. If they're both uncontested, I feel like it's got to be better for the Mongols. I mean, Malians have some great bonuses like the Saharan Trade Network, as well as the outposts that you can set up. But the Mongols having the ability to go for the silver tree and double produce is just kind of huge. But I mean, we may not be seeing any trade at all, because Crackedy, he's not doing the trade only challenge on the ladder, he's just doing the Mongol challenge on the ladder. So maybe neither of these players look to go for trade, but I mean, considering that Salami's name is Trade Enjoyer, I have a feeling he will be going for trade. And we actually have a look at the map spawns here. The trade posts are in perfect positions for trade. In fact, it's a little bit unbalanced here. I've got to say, Salami's got the better trade spawn, because it's right up against his corner, only like a couple tiles. There's probably like 2 tiles right there. Whereas for Crackedy, we got like a good 10 or so tiles, which means you get less value for your trade. But Trade Enjoyer here, he's going to be going for a Mansa Quarry, so it doesn't look like he's going to be going trade for at least the time being. Might be a little bit of a bait landmark. But speaking of baits, maybe it's just the name. Maybe this is Salami's Giga Brain name choice. So your opponent's like, Trade Enjoyer, they got to be going for trade. Let me just like send some villagers here, start walling up nice and early, and then Salami never goes for trade, and your opponent's wasted lots of wood on some walls and stuff. But okay, Crackedy gonna be going for Deerstone. So despite both civilizations here very happily having the ability to go for trade, neither decides to go for it for at least the time being. And I think the Mongols here aren't actually gonna go for trade whatsoever, because it's the silver tree that makes it for the Mongols. But we do see the Deerstones, only 3 villagers on that landmark right there. Salami reaches the next stage. Mansa Quarry going to be set to gold, hasn't been switched over to stone. This is something that we see occasionally, where the stone is switched over, and players look to go for a second town center. But it looks like it's going to be left on gold. Now, is Salami here going to be going for the scout play, the warrior scouts? Because warrior scouts, ever since the buff to their HP, it's been a crazy unit. Because you can go into professional scouts, pick up all of the deer, and then you can still use them as a really good tanky front line. And if you have some godlike micro, you can pull out the low HP ones and they heal up super quickly. And we see here Crackedy going to be moving his Khan down to this trade. He's looking for the trade. He's thinking about that name. Yeah, and here we go. Stable going to be dropped down here from Salami. 5 villagers there. He wants to get this up fast. And then the crazy thing about Malian scouts also is how quickly they train. I saw this being complained about quite a bit, but 15 seconds to train a scout. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And they're relatively cheap. I mean, 90 food is really good for what they do. You just need that warrior scouts upgrade, which is now coming in. Again, a super cheap upgrade. 50 resources right there. That is crazy. And Crackedy looking to be a pain here, dropping the eagle, and is gonna just be doing as much damage as he can here. It's crazy the amount of damage that the Khan can do. it's kind of ridiculous. But Crackedy, he's stacking up a lot of wood right now. He's also grabbing improved double broadaxe. Wait, is he going for a second town center? It's got to be, right? I mean, we don't see this often. Improved double broadaxe coming in this early into the game. And he's got so many villagers. Is he looking to go for like multiple town centers here? I mean, that could be pretty crazy. Improved double broadaxe now comes in. Gonna be moving that Gur over here. Khan needs to be careful. Warrior Scout does have the faster movement speed, which means this Khan could be going down. Does he manage to save it? Gonna be garrisoning the villas inside. He does indeed save it. Nice pick there from Crackedy. Salami almost picking it off. And there comes that second TC. And by the amount of villagers that are still... Oh, maybe... Okay. Only 5 villagers, 6 villagers left there. 10 villagers being moved over to wood. So it might just be the 2 TC play from Crackedy. But improved double broadaxe is certainly an interesting one to grab this early into the game. Crackedy also floating a lot of stone right now that he could use to maybe double produce some horsemen. Maybe try and harass a little bit. But I mean, horsemen actually get beaten by warrior scouts. And it's so easy to mess up warrior scouts, so... Yeah. Is this just going to be double production of scouts from Salami? It honestly could be. Like, these units are just so crazy. We might see some sofas, though. It's just more warrior scout. Okay. So it looks like Salami's going to be trying to focus down the Uvu now. I mean, you know, no units out of Crackedy whatsoever yet. So these scouts can just openly siege down this Uvu. And Crackedy, he's moved back over here onto the wood. He's going to be going... Is he? Yeah, he's got to be going for a third town center, right? Is it just going to be mass town centers out of Crackedy? It does kind of work though, you know. Improved double broadaxe. It means you can gather wood super quickly. You might want to grab wheelbarrow. You want to grab improved wheelbarrow? Town center just in range of the Uvu. Or at least the warrior scouts of the Uvu. More warrior scouts going to be making their way over. Salami. Does he have... He doesn't have professional scouts. He's just going to be going into cattle. Okay, I'm kind of surprised by that. I mean, professional scouts at this point, I mean, it's not that expensive for the amount of value you get. And Crackedy at this point, you know, sure, he's got 3 town centers, but he's not protecting any of the deer. That could be 4 deer stacks very easily secured up underneath your town center. And you've already got the warrior scouts for it. It's not like you're having to invest into warrior scouts also. You've already got them. That third town center coming down for Crackedy. Means that Uvu is going to be nice and safe. Do we see double production of villagers? Could you imagine? I mean, it's definitely not worth it. They're so expensive. 150 stone for an extra villager is a lot. I really wish they would... I mean, I want to see it buffed, but at the same point, I'm like, maybe the Mongols don't need villager buffs, you know? Maybe that is a bad idea. But I mean, 150 stone is a lot for a second villager. Like, sure, you get 2, and you're only paying the villager production time of 1, but it's a lot of stone, and stone's valuable for the Mongols. 10 warrior scouts out for Salami. Still no professional scouts. Grabbing a lot of his blacksmith upgrades. Grabbing iron undermesh. As well as steeled arrow. So it looks like he's going to be going into either javelin throwers or archers. Khan has returned for Crackedy. And now we've got an archery range being dropped down for him around that Uvu. So it looks like he's going to be going into some archers. Archers also coming out from Trade Enjoyer. Archer's such a nice unit for the Marlians. I mean, they work so well in the feudal age. You know, most civilizations and their archers, you know, pretty standard stuff in the feudal age. But once you get to the castle age, that's when it really starts to step up for the Marlians, because you got poisoned arrows. You got the precision training in the imperial age. Like, you got some real nice upgrades in there. More archery ranges being dropped down for Crackedy. He's going to be staying on the 3 town centers. Very heavy still on the wood, though. Look at that. 32 villagers. You know, he could probably go for like 7 archery ranges with this amount of villagers on the wood. Might be struggling for food a little bit, though. 3 town centers is a lot to produce from. And at the moment, he only has the 1 pasture. Trade Enjoyer starting to mass an army outside the base. Warrior scouts for him, surrounding the base. Salami knows everything that's going on right now. Crackedy going to be dropping down an outpost here. Salami does lose that archer. Not a big deal, though. But Salami knows he's under a time pressure here. You cannot let the Mongols just boom away like this on 3 town centers. But I feel like Crackedy's problem could start to come about when this wood line starts to deplete. I mean, the next trade is, or the next wood line is all the way over here. And it looks like Crackedy's going to be moving out there for the gold. Because he actually has, oh, he does have a gold here. But, I mean, that is under pressure. Oh, wow. Okay. Crackedy moving really far out for the gold. Just doesn't want to be contested for it. So just going to be moving out quite far with that. Villagers. I think they're villagers at least inside the town center. Quite a bit of idle time there. Unless they're archers that he's garrisoned inside. But I don't think he's got to 15 quite yet. This is an annoying thing with the UI upgrade. Because they changed, when you click on buildings, you can like see their damage. Instead of the units inside. But it's a little bit confusing because I want to see what units are inside here in the caster UI, but we obviously can't. But I'm pretty sure they're villagers because Crackedy's still got his archers here, so that is that's a lot of idle time right here. Blacksmith gonna be dropped down as well for Crackedy. And look at this. This is just stupid. This is absolutely stupid from Salami. Look at that. 28 warrior scouts. And he hasn't even gone professional scouts for the deer. I mean, come on, Salami. Get professional scouts and get the deer, please. But yeah, this feels really bad here for Crackedy. 15 villagers inside of that town center. Unless it's a visual bug. But yeah, that feels really bad right there. We can actually... Let's do a little count up of his villagers. So he's got 40 there. So he's got 45... Yeah. So that's got to be all of his. Oh wait, hold up. Maybe it's not. He's got 72. Oh, I must have unselected some. Yeah. So it must be archers inside of here then, because he's got all of his villagers. Show me what's inside, Crackedy. It looks like Crackedy's going to be moving to this second wood line now. Lots of pastures being built here for Crackedy. Great thing about the Mongols is how condensed their bases are. Pastures are worth like 2.5 farms. So it's like, you know, you can have a really condensed base and you don't need to expand out with your farms. But look at this. Trade Enjoyer Salami going to be focusing down that town center. Just doesn't care about these units. He's going to let the javelin throwers and the archers on the back line deal with those. Well, the warrior scouts take out that town center. 900 wood gone right there for Crackedy. Crackedy's going to have to fall back with the archers. Heavy losses here. But at the same time, Trade Enjoyer Salami going to be losing a lot of his mass here. Double town center fire. I don't know what's inside this town center. But it's certainly helping out here when it comes to that arrow fire. And it seems to only be 10 idle villagers for Crackedy inside of that town center. And it looks like Salami's just going to be focusing down the pastures. Which, I mean, letting that town center fire take out the units is certainly helping. I feel like Crackedy's big issue right now is the javelin throwers. He has the +1 ranged attack. So he's going to be taking more damage, or giving more damage to Salami's army. But the problem is Salami's already got his iron undermesh in. More pastures being taken out. And it looks like Crackedy is going to be able to hold. Not that many losses. Quite a bit of idle time, but that's not a big problem for him. He's still got 56 villagers working, which is about the same as Salami. The Salami is continuing to remass here and just constant warrior scouts. This is absolutely stupid out of Salami. Look at this. 4 stables just constantly producing warrior scouts. So I think that was villagers inside that town center. I'm very confused as to what was in that town center. But he's taken them out, whatever it was. And everyone is now back to work. So I'm not exactly sure what was it. Oh my... What? Crackedy. Behind this, he had a town center over here. He lost him, was like, oh, it's alright. I'll build another 2 over here. Crackedy is on... He would be on 5 town centers if he didn't lose that other one, but he's going to be on 4. And this villager lead is going to go absolutely bonkers in a minute. He's still got some units sitting inside this outpost. Not sure whether... Yeah, okay, they were archers. But we see Salami. He's going to be coming in for a round 2 here. And Crackedy's mass is not looking too pretty at all. We see Crackedy only producing out of the 3 archery ranges. Yeah, he's also getting some horsemen now. They're dropping down triple stable. That should be able to help up against the javelin throws. But Salami just constantly producing these warrior scouts. He's not even thinking about sofas. It's just pure warrior scouts. I mean, sofas are a good unit. These are absolutely crazy units. I made a video on that about... it would have been like a couple weeks back. Like, these units are crazy. But Salami's like, nah, we don't need them. We only need scouts. So scout plus javelin throwers. And we see this mass is building up pretty fast, but Crackedy's at double the villager count. You know, if he can hold on to this, he'll be looking in a really, really good position. But the question is, can he? Because Salami's mass here, really, really strong. He's also got lots of blacksmith upgrades. Neither player has the fitted leatherwork. But that town center is going to be going down if Crackedy's not careful. Going to be pulling villagers here. We've got textiles in, not improved textiles though. We're going to be keeping that town center alive. We've also got the second town center being pulled here. Just going to be putting all the villagers inside the town center. The arrow fire coming out from Crackedy here is absolutely crazy. We've got outposts in here too. But the warrior scout is so huge for Salami. Crackedy going to be losing lots of villagers here. Villagers just being pulled here. They're being pulled to... What is going on? Oh my god, Crackedy. He's using the villagers as units here. They're getting their little knives out. And with that, Salami looks like he's going to be falling back. He can't survive under 3 town center and 2 outpost fire. But Salami going to be aging up behind this. Grand Falani Corral going to be dropped down. Right next to the town center, though. Interesting choice. Usually we see it out a little bit, so you can get that full surround in. But, I mean, I think you can still fit in all of your cows around here, so I don't think that'll be a huge problem. I mean, look at this. A wall of town centers right now. And it looks like Crackedy stopped massing up, which... could be a little bit of a mistake. I feel like if Salami doubled down here, or tripled down with more warrior scouts and javelin throws, he could just march into Crackedy's base and just obliterate him. Because he's not making any more units now. But I mean, yeah, Salami now in the next stage, he's going to be able to get some siege. Maybe siege is what he's looking for here. He's also going to be grabbing his upgrades. We see the veterans upgrades coming in for the javelins, as well as the veteran warrior scouts upgrade. So this is where he might be looking to push his next attack. And we do actually see one of the most important upgrades here for Salami. Wedge Rivers. Key upgrade here. Means you can take a lot more fire from these town centers. Each arrow going to be doing 1 less damage. But Crackedy's continuing his production. Horseman on the way. And here Salami comes. He's coming in again. Round number 3. Javelin throwers looking to fire upon the horsemen. We see the horsemen do get taken out pretty easily by these guys. These are veterans, so you don't forget. Warrior Scout's going to be focusing down that town center. Crackedy going to be idling all of his villagers once again inside the town centers. Every town center completely full. But it looks like Crackedy's going to be losing one of his town centers. Villagers going to have to retreat. We see Crackedy retreating all the way up north there. That could be huge for Salami if he finds this. 38 villagers. Town centers continuing to fire upon those Warrior Scouts. And we see Crackedy isn't actually doing a lot of damage here to these guys. And that's because of that Wedge Rivets upgrade, as well as the veterancy upgrades. Town center fire really isn't a big deal for Salami anymore. And we just see more and more reinforcements being pushed into the base. And Salami looking really, really strong here. We got on... is this another town center? No, it's not. It's just a town center retreating back. More villagers going to be hopping inside. Crackedy trying to find an escape route here. And the thing for Salami here, sure, he's hiding a lot of builds, but he's not going to be able to take out any of these buildings. So he's going to be retreating back. But, I mean, the amount of idle time that he's caused here, definitely worth it. And we see Salami's actually keeping up relatively well with Crackedy's villager count. Oh, my God. Crackedy. What is this? What is this? Was this town center number 6? I think, yeah, this is town center number 6. But Salami gonna be going up to the Imperial Age now. Age 4, here we come. The Griot Bar, and this is smart. This is super, super smart out of Salami, because he's gonna be doing it for the Siege Dance. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but I think it's the Siege Dance. Well, we'll take a look in a second, but basically, where is it? Yeah, there we go. Siege Festival. Increases the siege and torch damage of all units by plus 50% for 30 seconds. So that means Salami is going to be able to walk in here and start torching down these town centers at a much, much faster rate. But we see here, Crackedy going to be aging up with the step out. 4 town centers. Still, for him, going to be increasing that villager count. But, I mean, we're going to get to the point soon where Crackedy's not even going to need to make more villagers. But look at... oh, my goodness. It's just going to be mass men-at-arm play out of Crackedy here. And there it is. Castle Age comes in. Crackedy. His food count's looking really, really solid right now. Look at that. 2,500 food. And, I mean, that's just... look at this. This is what's so crazy about the Mongols. And I understand... why Crackedy is so against the Mongols, because look at this. 67 villagers currently sitting underneath 3 town centers with a load of pastures around it, and it's so hard for Salami to be able to push in there. But we do have elite warrior scouts in. We've also got some more blacksmith upgrades coming through. Elite javelin throwers coming with that. And now is this where we see Salami look to... could he landmark snipe possibly with the Siege Festival? We're gonna have to see. We'll keep an eye on the Griot Bara, because this should be the one he uses. 300 gold. You get siege damage for 30 seconds. I mean, you could always use military festival as well. But there we go, it gets used. Siege Festival comes through, and we see the torch damage. I mean, it's not actually that much. And we see Crackedy just going to be completely surrounding. Mass spears here coming out from Crackedy as he rallies them down from the north. Villagers going to be having the full surround. Sure, Crackedy loses the landmark, but at what cost for Salami? All the warrior scouts going to get taken out. Javelin throwers still alive. That landmark does get taken out. And Crackedy gonna have to do some long distance drop-offs here for his food. But we see here the spearmen do reasonably well up against the javelin throwers. Javelin throwers do actually get countered pretty well by the spears. So we see here Crackedy able to get that full surround in. And this is where it could be really problematic for Salami. I feel like he needed to mass up some more units before he did this. He's now making sofas instead of the warrior scouts. But I mean, Crackedy... no. Another town. Okay, so I think he moved this from down here. He's got some sheep being a little bit of a pain right here. Nice, nice little sheep dance. Having a little party. Lovely wolf. Is that another? Was that another town center? Oh my god, Salami. He's up against 5 town centers right now. We've had 8 town centers this game out of Crackedy. 8 town centers from Crackedy. Because he's lost 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's lost 3. That is crazy. And now Crackedy's looking to put the pressure onto Salami. Just mass spears out of him. Crackedy up to 50 spears right now. Salami's reaction to this is going to be archers. Archers are a good call for him. But I mean, Salami struggling to build up the mass right here. Villagers looking to get taken out here by the spears. And this is a real problem for Salami now. Crackedy's managed to hold on for so long with these town centers. 8 town centers. That is just wild. That is wild. Elite upgrades coming in now from Salami. He's down to 6 military. And Crackedy's just continuing his push of spears right here. And now going to be adding in men-at-arms. A really smart switch here. He's still got 2,500 food a minute coming in. He can just pump out these men-at-arms. That's 25 men-at-arms a minute. He can just pump into Salami's base. And there's not a lot he can do about it. I mean, he doesn't have the right units to deal with this. Sure, he's making sofas now. But sofa are going to get killed by all of these spears. I mean, if you're Salami, maybe you go into Muso Fadi now. But it feels a little bit late because Crackedy, he's also adding in horsemen. Where are the horsemen coming from? They're coming from over here. We've got veterancy upgrades coming in for that. Salami's done pretty well this game. Like, he was looking really strong earlier on when he was sieging down some of those town centers. But Crackedy, I mean, come on. That is crazy. I mean, look at this. 81 villagers here in like a 4x4 tile radius. Nice mass out of Salami though. The archer mass starting to build. And archers here do decently up against the men-at-arms when they have the poisoned arrows. And you gotta remember, Salami's also an age ahead. So these guys are gonna be doing quite a bit of damage. But I mean, the mass from Crackedy, super strong. We got more elite warrior scouts coming from Salami. He's trying to stay in this with that warrior scout mass. Crackedy just looking to continue the mass. I mean, we got so much in queue right now. 16 horsemen, 5 men-at-arms, 3 spears, and we've also got some knights. I'm very surprised that Crackedy isn't looking for an age up here. But I mean, if he thinks he can end the game here, I guess why not? You know, put the pressure onto Salami before he can match the villager count. You see here, Salami, he's struggling. We got more units coming in from the south. Villagers getting pushed off the stone. I think Salami was trying to go for a keep drop, but he's been completely denied off the stone. He's been completely denied off all of the resources on the north here. Yeah, we see the keep drop trying to be placed down here for Salami. Trying to secure up the gold. He's got no gold. This is a huge problem for him. He's got no gold left. He's just been completely denied off all of the gold. He's been kept in the base here. Villagers trying to make their way up north to drop that keep down. But Crackedy's here with the spears, with the men-at-arms, more horsemen coming in. We just see so many units for Crackedy being rallied into Salami's base. No units for Salami. His eco's in shambles. His resources have been completely denied away from him. Crackedy with his 8 town center play. What a madman. What a madman. Who would have thought 8 town centers versus the Marlians would work? Wow. I mean, there's no comeback here for Salami, right? I mean, he's trying to go for a keep drop, but there it is. Good game gets called. Salami taps out. Crackedy takes the win with that 8 town center play. Well, if you did enjoy this, please do feel free to leave a like, maybe even subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.